Let's be honest. The majority of people in this room have an app on their cell phone that falls under the category of social media. Social media has made its mark in the technological world since the beginning of the internet, which was introduced in 1991. Since then, it has gained a reputation for being detrimental to a person's mental health and has a multitude of negative connotations that fail to recognize the untapped potential that social media has. Everything has a downside, and social media happened to be a brunt of every adult's criticisms and almost every school administrator's nightmare. Of course, though, there will always be something that can be improved upon. The platforms that have been cultivated over the years are being misused. Misused in terms of people not utilizing them to help narrow down their interests and finding what resonates with them. Next slide. Social media has become more accessible in starting a person's business dream or letting us realize what we truly want to pursue in a world with so many career options. Reimagining social media to find our passions is the beginning of a new chance for a prospective, successful future for growing generations. Since the age of 9, social media has had a substantial presence in my life. From watching videos on YouTube, sending Snapchats to my best friends, navigating through Twitter, and joining Instagram when it first started. All of these websites have played a vital role in the person I have become today and the person I plan to become someday. Now, social media does have its entertainment perks. How else would I be able to keep tabs on my crush who lives an hour and a half away? With that, everyone can find their niche, favorite TV shows, brilliant political debates, and much more that can lead to a pathway to what we aspire to accomplish. When I was 15, I came to the conclusion that I wanted to enter the medical field. How did I come to this deduction? Through the influence of what I grew up with almost 24 hours a day. I was able to naturally come to my decision by seeing other people's experiences and how they took that to find an occupation that best suited them. The abilities we have to document and follow others in their footsteps lets us open our minds to a broader concept of what else the world has to offer. For example, as outlandish as it may sound, watching the show Grey's Anatomy on Netflix and arbitrary medical videos on YouTube, their algorithms that were compiled by my recent searches let me narrow down my interests into one solid course of study. When Instagram was first introduced, no one thought it would develop into what it is today. Co-founders Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger initially worked on the app to, quote, allow people to check in where they were on their mobile app, end quote. The app was simply a setup for people to check in where they were and what they were doing. After 9 years of growth and updates, the platform can be used to start a business profile or reach out to your followers through features such as Q&As and voting polls. These tools have been used to create quality content that extends a brand to the public or helps advocate a message. Not only has Instagram given a voice to the common person, but other social media platforms have given a voice to the voiceless. To give an example, people who would have never been able to be put on a Congress floor to speak about issues such as hashtag Black Lives Matter and hashtag MeToo can now gain awareness through campaigns led on any platform to make a change come to fruition. On July 28th of 2019, I conducted a poll on Instagram titled, How has social media helped you find your passion? The poll served as an outlet to express the positives or the negatives people in our community and across New Jersey see with social media. The diversity in responses I received was eye-opening to how my fellow peers view social media aside from my own viewpoint. The majority of responses that were submitted talk about how social media lets people see how their potential career or hobby is being performed and how they will fit into the picture someday. Julianne Bain, a close friend of mine that is a senior at Phillipsburg High School, states, "I use the interwebs to help me explore the ins and outs of my future career." Julianne is using the resources provided at her fingertips to seek options that could possibly lead her in a path that she never thought she would be interested in. And she's even setting herself up for a head start by getting more knowledge about her future occupation by researching about it. She plans to work with graphic designing, and social media platforms are the perfect place to start researching this particular career because of the amount of creativity that is out there. Another friend of mine that is a junior at North Hudson High School, Noah Stockwell, responds to the question by saying, "With social media in my life, I've learned about the differences I can make in possible careers." Noah looks for the details that stand out in his future profession by looking at the uniqueness of it documented in blog posts. Knowing him personally, I've seen him take the time to research other websites other than Google and Yahoo, because he is aware that these other websites offer so many ideas to help us find what we want to surround ourselves with in the future. As the research is displayed, keep in mind that this information was gathered through putting social media up to good use. All it takes is an open mind to make use of the tools at hand. As you leave today, I ask you all to consider the positive implications that social media brings to the table. It has helped people find love, joy, and most importantly in this case, the ability to find their voice and speak up for what they believe in. For me, it has helped me navigate through a time of confusion and unknown self-worth that has eventually led me to this point on stage. If there's not a place for people to talk about the things they have accomplished and describe why it has created a meaningful indent in their lives, then others would not be able to learn and be influenced by this conversation. Reimagine what you have at your fingertips. Reimagine social media. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.